Southern Dubai. Some years ago, title was leasehold. Now, UAE is freehold. Egypt, they've moved their state capital. They've actually created a new administrative capital. Why? Because their initial capital was populated. Some people could say as populated as Lagos. I'm not trying to insinuate we should create another state. Why is this important to set the ground? We are meant to talk on regulation, real estate technology, and fiscal transformation. These are the three dots. Worldwide, if you don't connect the three dots, you won't get foreign direct investment. Straightforward. That's why this panel is very relevant. We have big players in the room from all over the world, and I think they've been introduced. So let me start with Mr. Saleh Tabak. You are an investor in Dubai, big time investor, real estate developer, and I know it's the third time or second time in Nigeria.
Second time, but not
second time. Fantastic. All right. Now, Dubai is known for regulatory clarity and speed. What specific regulatory frameworks would you say has most improved investor confidence in real estate? And what lessons do you think Lagos State can learn? You've heard the distinguished Unis Marire, SCN highlight on certain things. So I think you have a good idea of the issues here. So you have the floor.
Definitely today is an example of that you are on the right track. And definitely yesterday we were in we are humbled to be hosted by the governor himself. And this shows that when the government is involved in supporting the private sector, that you are on the right track. So the first, answering your question, the first thing is the government sector to work closely with the private sector, which is already happening. So that we are already on the right track. At the moment you decide to put Lagos in the international map, the game changes a lot because you become in competition. You've mentioned something very interesting where you say the competition between UAE and Saudi Arabia. It's true. We are actually in competition to lead the real estate market globally. So if Lagos' intention and plan, the government is going toward the international market, then the game changes because you are going to attract foreign investors. And foreign investors first, they need clarity and they understand the vision of the government, which is here already. Secondly, they will need to get trust. They have to have the regulations to protect their investment overseas, and that's very important. The dynamics and the opportunities. Lagos, you have the opportunities. You are one of the fastest growing markets in Africa. You have actually one, as per Knight Frank report, which was issued in May, you have one of the highest rental yields today, which can reach up to 10%. Such numbers for me as investors are great, but I would like to know how can I invest? What regulations can protect me to come to this market, understand it well, get proper data, proper numbers from the government that are certified, and to be able to do our own due diligence, which is a challenge at this moment in Lagos to get credible numbers to understand the market, so we build our visibility on it. Secondly, create regulation. The gentleman before, he said amazing things about the trusting accounts, escrow accounts, creating those mediation between the investor, the developer, and the government, where the government plays a regulatory role in regulating this fund and making sure that it's secured and invested in the right place. So having the right regulations, opening up to panels like this, and of course having benchmarking case studies. We'd love to welcome you to Dubai and show you. I'm sure there are a lot of delegations that visit Dubai, but we'd like to go more in depth, and I personally would like to actually host whoever is interested to come and check the regulations, understand how things work and how we created those regulations. So you're on the right track. You just need the regulations, the opportunities there, the will, the plan is clear. We need just to create the regulations that protect the foreign investment. That's for me the most important.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Key thing I hear from you is data. Data.
I think I want to do my due diligence, so I need to make sure I have access, clear access and credible access to information. Should I create my data? Let's be clear. Like when I'm funding, it's not always I'm funding myself. Sometimes we present big funding in groups. So it's not just me to like the project. I have to sell this data to someone else. I have to have a very clear feasibility study that is sellable. So we can go and grow and definitely have credibility.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Next question to Honorable Emmanuel Jeffrey. All right. Then you're the CEO of the Real Estate Agency Council. Am I right, sir? All right. So, question is this: why is regulation of real estate brokerage and agency critical to market credibility? And what happens if this layer is ignored? I'm throwing this question to you because the body that is organizing this event is Lacera. And one of the key, if not the key, um, roles that they mandated of is to regulate um, agents and property players in the market. So, what's your take on this and your Ghanaian experience?
Thank you very much for the question. Hello. So thank you very much for your question. So I'll tell you about what we've done in Ghana. And in Ghana, we have a real estate agency council, which I'm the acting CEO. So what we've done is established in the year 2020, Act 1047. And the reason why they established the regulatory body was we noticed that people were just doing anything in that space. Clearly, people were being duped, a lot of illicit behavior in terms of money laundering and all that. And Ghana being a very emerging market, we noticed that a lot of people who want to do business in Ghana, we had red flags of anti-money laundering as well in Ghana. So we were forced to establish the Real Estate Council. Now, this council is one to protect investors, to ensure there's a very strong code of ethics, and also to ensure that people are not behaving using bad behaviors, taking people's monies and ensuring that we can find them. So what we are doing as a regulator is to make sure that first of all, we're building a data line to ensure that all the people in that space are registered with us. So that if people have issues with people, they can come to us and we can track them. Now we're building stronger code of conduct in that space as well. We're also making sure that people are reporting their sales and purchase agreement to us. So clearly, you can see that there are stronger regulations that we are building back home to ensure that people from Nigeria and all across the world, when they come over to Ghana, they are protected. So the essence of this, and that's why I'm here, is we've learned a lot of best practices from India and across the world, whereby people are even selling on floor plans in terms of like before they build for you. We want to come up with a concept whereby you put the money in an escrow account whereby you can't even spend the money until every time that you're putting out the structure, you get asked to inspect to ensure that there's value for money. So with your question, it shows that with a stronger regulatory body, like what we're doing in Ghana, we're making sure that everybody here who wants to come to invest in Ghana is one protected, to also know that the regulatory body backed by the government is stronger. It shows that we're not joking back home in Ghana. We want to make sure that that space is stronger and you can come home to do business there.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next question. I think I will direct this to Mr. Frank Oti, NAR Global Ambassador to Africa. For those that don't know, NAR has a membership. It's the biggest real estate professional organization in the world. They have membership of not less than 1.2 million, and they are over 100 years old. I think I should stress that. Mr. Oti, I'm stressing that so that. Oh, okay. I thought you were seated already. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Oti, are you good? Okay. So, in your view, what distinguishes real estate regulation in mature markets like North America from emerging markets, and what are the non-negotiables?
So regulation is supposed to give you clarity on what the expectations are. You come into a real estate market like Lagos, you should understand what the rules of engagement are. You shouldn't be guessing as to what you're getting, how you're getting it, what the exit strategies will be. And of course, the standard rules of engagement, operations, like in California, for instance, we have what we call escrow companies. These escrow companies, like somebody said, they hold funds in trust for both the buyers and the sellers so that that money is not mishandled. Real estate agents are totally controlled by the Department of Real Estate. If you ever mess with trust fund, then you lose your license and you can even go to jail. So there are standards for doing things, and regulations must be clear-cut, and everybody must understand it. That's what the difference between mature markets and emerging markets.
Thank you.
For the money.
Next question is to Dr. Carlos Sosa. Carlos?
100.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Across global cities, what regulatory mistakes most often limit urban growth and real estate investments?
That's a good question. Before I go into details, I'd like to explain what my concept of real estate is. Most people look at real estate and realtors as the agents for selling and buying houses. My notion and my view of real estate is like an economy. We are selling, for instance, condominiums in downtown Tower, and we are selling, let's say, 400 units. That means that we are selling 400 homes, 400 kitchens,